imagine walking up to the person you promised to love forever, only for them to look you in the eyes and say, "If you worked for me, I would have fired you." On a normal Tuesday morning, Elon Musk's wife demanded a change in their marriage. By Wednesday morning, he had already filed for divorce and cut her off. What happened in those 24 hours is the one truth the public was never supposed to hear, and it all traces back to a single 6-word ultimatum that proved Elon treats his heart exactly like his businesses. To the average onlooker, Elon Musk is a visionary rewriting human history, a billionaire captain of industry launching rockets into orbit and putting electric vehicles on every highway. But behind the ironclad public image lies a trail of personal wreckage. This is not just a story of a failed celebrity marriage. This is a forensic look at what happens when corporate efficiency is applied to human emotions, and how a mother of 5 was systematically erased from her husband's life in a matter of hours. This raises a haunting question. Did Elon Musk ever view his wife as a partner, or was she simply his first venture, a starter asset to be liquidated when the maintenance costs became too high? To truly understand the sheer speed and brutality of that Wednesday morning filing, we have to look at the exact moment the mask slipped. What if the entire narrative of their split was engineered from the very beginning to protect Elon's rising empire? Justine Musk, then Justine Wilson, was an ambitious, aspiring novelist when their paths crossed. But as Elon's wealth grew from an abstract string of zeros to a crushing global empire, the power dynamic in their household shifted dramatically. They lived in a colossal multi-million-dollar mansion in Bel Air, surrounded by nanny networks, private chefs, and the dizzying glitter of high society fundraisers. Yet, behind closed doors, Justine was experiencing a profound sense of isolation. She had stood by his side during the intense, exhausting days of building Zik2 and PayPal, and she had held his hand through the unimaginable grief of losing their firstborn son, Nevada, to sudden infant death syndrome when he was only 10 weeks old. Instead of grieving openly, Elon threw himself into work, and the couple quickly turned to IVF to have more children, eventually bringing twins and triplets into the world. But as the household grew, so did Elon's obsession with control. He began to micromanage his wife's appearance, constantly pressuring her to dye her hair lighter and lighter, urging her to go platinum blonde. He scoffed at her writing deadlines, telling her she read too much, and dismissed her intellectual aspirations. When they argued over the household or their children's schedules, Justine felt completely insignificant. She realized that her husband was running their marriage the exact same way he ran Tesla and SpaceX. But then came the ultimate betrayal, a move so calculated it left Justine completely defenseless. 2 months after their wedding, Elon had presented her with a postnuptial agreement. He told her it was simply a financial formality required by his board of directors, a routine legal document to protect the company. Trusting her husband, she signed it without consulting her own independent lawyer. She had no idea that by signing those papers, she was effectively signing away all of her rights as a married person, relinquishing any future claim to the vast wealth they would build together. This agreement was the hidden weapon Elon held in reserve, waiting for the perfect moment to deploy it. When Justine finally broke her silence on that Tuesday morning and demanded a genuine emotional partnership, she had no idea she was walking directly into a trap. Let me ask you, if your spouse handed you legal papers right after your wedding, would you have signed them out of trust, or would you have walked away? Share your thoughts in the comments because this contract changed everything. With the postnuptial agreement safely tucked away in a corporate safe, Elon knew he held all the cards. Justine's plea for a healthier marriage was met with a cold, transactional offer. They would try couples therapy. For 1 month, they attended 3 counseling sessions. Justine hoped these sessions would be a safe space to rebuild their intimacy, but Elon viewed therapy as an inefficient process with low return on investment. On that tense Tuesday morning, when Justine softly but firmly told him she could no longer live as a sideline player in his life, Elon's patience ran out entirely. He did not want to negotiate. He did not want to compromise. Instead, he delivered the cold ultimatum. Either we fix this marriage today, or I will divorce you tomorrow. He wanted the status quo, and if she could not accept her role as his quiet, platinum blonde employee, she would be replaced. But what Justine did not realize was that the divorce petition was already drafted and ready to be filed before the 24-hour deadline had even expired. Was this ultimatum a genuine attempt to save the marriage, or was it a cold-blooded public relations maneuver to control the narrative? When Wednesday morning arrived, Justine woke up to find that Elon had already made his decision. Without a final conversation, he filed for divorce first thing in the morning, executing the split with the same ruthless speed he used to lay off factory workers. Instantly, Justine's credit cards were cut off, the house staff received new instructions, and the life she had known for 8 years was dismantled. Justine was left numb, but strangely relieved. She was finally free from the pressure to conform, but her relief was short-lived. Just 6 weeks after the filing, Elon sent her a text message delivering an agonizing blow. He was already engaged to Talulah Riley, a gorgeous British actress in her early 20s who was best known for Pride and Prejudice. How could a man transition from an 8-year marriage and 5 children to a new engagement in just 42 days? Was Talulah Riley a sudden romance, or had she been waiting in the wings all along? The sudden engagement was a masterclass in public relations. While Justine struggled to care for their 5 young sons, Elon paraded his new fiancée on red carpets. The media painted Justine as the bitter ex-wife, while Elon was celebrated as the eligible, brilliant billionaire who had simply moved on. But Justine refused to disappear quietly. Realizing the financial implications of the postnuptial agreement, she hired lawyers and launched a highly publicized legal battle to void it. She argued she had signed it under duress without independent counsel and that the contract was fundamentally unfair. The courtroom drama exposed the inner workings of Elon's financial empire. Court documents revealed that his wealth was highly illiquid, tied up almost entirely in Tesla and SpaceX stock. He claimed to be cash poor, living off loans from wealthy friends while maintaining a lavish lifestyle. Just as the legal battle reached its peak, a shocking document was leaked to the press that threatened to ruin Elon's reputation. What did this document reveal about how he truly viewed his family? The document was a series of personal emails and financial disclosures showing that while Elon claimed to be cash-strapped in court, he was simultaneously funding massive personal expenses. For Justine, the battle was never about greed. It was about respect, validation, and securing a stable future for their 5 sons. In the end, the legal system upheld the postnuptial agreement. Justine walked away with a settlement that was a mere fraction of Elon's net worth, including their Bel Air mansion, a cash payout, and child support. But the systemic erasure was complete. She had been his starter wife, a partner who helped build his foundation, only to be cast aside when his ambitions reached the stratosphere. Elon's subsequent relationships would follow a remarkably similar pattern of intense beginnings, rapid escalations, and cold finishes. It seems a man who wants to colonize Mars has never figured out how to share a home on Earth. Whose side do you find yourself on in this high-stakes battle? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into the hidden lives of the world's most powerful elite, make sure to subscribe and watch our next video, where we expose the dark truth behind another billionaire's sudden fall from grace.